Hi everyone, this is Father Sean here for a Year of the Eucharist video, and we are here not on the set of a scary movie. We are actually in the basement of St. Joseph Church in the storage area. Of course, you can probably see all around. It looks rather storagey, and there's all sorts of stuff. And so we're here in a quasi-low place, a hidden place, kind of like a place that Jesus would have been born. All right, well, not exactly. This is a basement. It's not a cave. But we do have in here our little manger scene, right? All the storage. So here, of course, is baby Jesus in the manger. And, you know, we're getting close to Christmas. And so I thought it was an appropriate time to just talk about Christmas and the Eucharist, because Jesus is, of course, born and placed in a manger. It's interesting to think about what a manger is. A manger isn't a crib. A manger is a place where animals feed. Jesus Christ is placed in a location where animals eat. Gives us a little Eucharistic theme. But there's another little theme in the story of Jesus' birth, because the child is born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem means house of bread. And so the bread of life is born in the house of bread. So another Eucharistic imagery. And maybe the last one, and so profound, is as Jesus comes as a child, he's completely defenseless, right? In some ways, he's vulnerable, just in so many ways. He's vulnerable because Herod could have killed him, you know? A baby can't defend themselves, which is very similar to what Jesus does in the Eucharist, right? Jesus in the Eucharist is not able to prevent himself from being mistreated, or prevented himself from being stolen or hidden, or any terrible things that people do with the Eucharist. Jesus is utterly vulnerable for us, right? And leaves himself open to being dropped, to being uncared for, to being scorned, to being ignored. He stays in the tabernacle, and people could just walk by all the time and not even say hello to the Lord, or genuflect, or bow, or whatever it may be. And so Jesus makes himself incredibly vulnerable. He makes himself vulnerable in his birth. He makes himself vulnerable in the Eucharist. And isn't that, though, the essence of love? Husbands and wives know this so well. Friends know this. When you vulnerably share, you share with somebody the heart, even if you share them the deepest secrets, and maybe they'll look at you differently, or maybe they'll kind of think you're odd, or maybe it brings about a deeper love. And that's ultimately what Jesus' vulnerability ought to do for us. Whether it's this child placed in a manger in a city called the house of bread, or with its Christ in the Eucharist, the true bread of life that comes to dwell among us. He makes himself vulnerable so that we can experience his love. It makes himself vulnerable so that we can come to know him, and we can share with him the very fountain of life. And so we give God thanks and praise for this great gift of the Eucharist, as we're just a few days away from celebrating this great feast of the incarnation of our Lord at Christmas. We thank God for this incredible gift of vulnerability. And so next week we'll have our very last video for the Year of the Eucharist, as the Year of the Eucharist will end with the Feast of the Epiphany on January 2nd. And just maybe something to pencil in your calendars is the 10 a.m. Mass at St. Joseph. The Archbishop will be here on January 2nd to close the Year of the Eucharist. So we look forward to seeing everybody during that, as we give praise and thanks to God for this incredible year dedicated to the Most Holy Eucharist.